So I was out for a ride today, my midday ride, and I was thinking about a call I took from a colleague right before I left. He was telling me about a bad hiring decision his company made. Basically a mismatch, and they'll have to start over. And while I was riding today, I was thinking about that. I was thinking about how many companies still are having trouble finding the best candidate for the job. And sometimes it's just a matter of the process, in my opinion, that they're basically taking shortcuts or not doing the hard work to find the best candidate. As a matter of fact, the U.S. Department of Labor estimates that a cost of a bad hire is about 30% of the employee's salary. But that's just the tangible stuff, the bonuses, the training that goes into it, employment insurance, and there's a lot more to it. Obviously, there's all the intangible costs. There's the cost of, well, if you're talking about a high-level person, there's not just the cost of all those bonuses and such, but actually when you have to replace them, there's all that lost time. There's all the time that you took to invested in training them and everything else, but then you're talking about, well, if it's a sales or marketing person, you're talking about the sales that you're losing and the revenue that you're losing. And that could be for weeks to months. And then you think about it beyond that. You think about the employees that this person was associating themselves with while they were there, and they might be rubbing off on them in the negative way and leaving a little bit of a trail behind them of negativity. And that could spiral into a bad situation too. And then there's the cost associated with the supervisor who has to try and get this person to work out because you want to make that investment. You want to try and make sure it's a mismatch or not a mismatch. And when it turns out it is, all that time that person has spent trying to develop that person into the best candidate and best employee is lost. And then, beyond that, you're talking about your clients. You're talking about the relationship with all the folks outside of the company. They're getting used to this new person on board for 3, 6, 9 months, and suddenly they're gone. It sends the wrong message, doesn't it? It really tells that company, that client they're working with, that this may be a company that's not going to be around long term. So you have that. And then, of course, there's the relationship with the future employees. Who wants to work for a company that has high turnover? As a recruiter, one of the first things I hear from my candidates when I'm telling them about one of my clients' companies is, how's the stability at the company? What's the turnover like? And so it's one of these things that feeds another. It's hard to get one of the best candidates around if you're letting go of candidates at the front end of your process. So now you might be thinking, well, what do we do about this? How do we avoid the bad hire and the cost of a bad hire? My advice is basically to shore up that process. Take it very seriously. Put a lot of time into it. Build structure into it. I would also say that you have to be objective in your hiring decisions, tied to really good interviewing process, questions, know what you're looking for before you even start. And yes, it might take a third party to help you be objective in your hiring decision. A third party, a recruiter, could help with all of it. The development of all the process itself, the questions you need to ask, making sure it's the right fit in terms of what you really need, and then finding a few candidates for you that are the best fit. That's what I was thinking about today. Hope it works out for you. Let me know if you need anything. Take care.